Hello, welcome. My name is Bot. I'm a dedicated Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling streamer, and today I'm going to show you one of the the tier 1, tier 0 decks right now to get to King of Games, which actually I didn't use for King of Games, but it carried me to Legends 3. So, watch this. It's called Balance Heroes, and since I have Balance on Bandit Keith, of course I run this deck on Bandit. That makes sense, right? So let's check this deck out. It consists of 3 Destiny Hero Deciders, 2 Celestials, and 3 Drill Dogs. I had also before one deck with 2 Drill Dogs and instead 1 Kuriboh added into this deck, like squeezed in. Sometimes Kuriboh can save life, but sometimes Kuriboh just make you brick. Because if you open with Balance, thank you for the follow. If you open with Balance, you need at least 6 spell cards or 6 trap cards to make the balance actually work. Let's read the balance skill description. It says, your starting hand will reflect the card balance of your deck. This skill will not activate unless you have at least 6 of each type of card. Also monster, spell, and trap card in your deck. So these conditions are fulfilled in this kind of construction. You have more than 6 monsters, you have exactly 6 spell cards and 6 trap cards. Yeah, I think Canadia is very crucial to this deck, like the mirror wall. Xing is more optional, but I have a lot of back row hate and back row removal, like with Galaxy Cyclone and Normal Cyclone. And then one Xing, I think that's already enough. And instead of a second Cyclone, I squeezed into a Chalice, which also can sometimes save life. And of course the widespread ruin is good too. Some people tend to replace the widespread ruin with mirror. How to call it fully? Yeah, drowning mirror force, that's what I meant. And of course the core of this deck, your mass hero Anki, which can be summoned by using this wonderful quick spell card. Yep, so this card can turn every one of your heroes, your Destiny heroes, into an Anki, which also can attack your opponent directly, but then its damage is not 2800 but 1400. And if you're a pro player and know how to use Chalice in damage step, you can even do sometimes damage above 3200 because you add the 400 of the Chalice damage to your Anki, without limiting it in its ability. So you need to know when to activate the Chalice in this play actually. So let's start with the Destiny Hero Decider. Destiny Hero Decider has 2 effects. You can, when you normal summon this guy to your deck, you can decide if you want to activate its effect or not, because you can only use it once per duel. So it's not like once per turn, but once per duel. You have to decide. And if it is special summon, it says you can add 1 hero monster from your graveyard to your hand in the end phase. That makes sense when you know there is already a monster in your graveyard. And during either player's turn, when a card or card effect is activated, it would inflict damage to you while this card is in your graveyard. So when it decides on your graveyard, return this card to your hand, and if you do, make that effect damage to you 0. Which is pretty helpful if you're facing a burn deck and you already know there's going to be burning damage coming up to you. Celestial, overpowered. So Celestial's effect says actually when Celestial hero is in the graveyard and you have no other cards like on hand, you have everything you have on the field, like summon monsters, set back rows, and there's nothing in your hand, you can banish this card and 1 other Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard. So 2 monsters in your graveyard, Celestial is one of them, and you can draw 2 cards. That's this card drawing machine, overpowered. You can use only this effect as your heroes once per turn. So actually you can use it twice if you have 2 Celestials and if you have enough monsters in your graveyard. Just do it. Drill Dog is also pretty helpful. I always forget that Drill Dog has the effect of piercing damage. So if you attack some monster into defense position, Drill Dog can, if Drill Dog attacks is higher than the defense of the monster you're attacking, that damage will go through as effect damage. And if Drill Dog is summoned, you can summon another Destiny hero from your hand. So which means like couple summoning. One Drill Dog and another hero will follow. Perfect. Cyclone is to remove back row. Galaxy, Cosmic Cyclone is 2. Yeah, some say Galaxy Cyclone is better because after it's in the graveyard, you still can use it from the graveyard and get rid of one face-up spell card on the field, mostly a field spell card or something. And other people prefer Cosmic Cyclone because it's a quick spell card and can play it anytime. Yeah, but it costs 1,000 life points, don't forget about that. So sometimes it becomes unuseful when your life points are not high enough anymore. Mass change is necessary to change your Destiny heroes into an Enki, which is core play. So basically you go hero, attack, and then you can, if the hero stands after that, you still can mass change, going into Enki, attack again. If Enki does damage, it's your turn. If Enki destroys a monster, you get to pull another mass change and can keep on going and going and going. Yeah, Forbidden Chalice, we talked already about that. Widespread Ruin declares, so when your opponent declares an attack, monster will be destroyed with the highest attack around. So if your opponent has a monster which is likely to have a higher attack than Enki, this will be your savior. No, I have no Viam for Celestial drop actually. I have rather 2 Celestials, but it's a good plan. Have a Viam's nice. Hi Kazumi. And Canadia. Yeah, Canadia has 2 effects, so when it's activated you can put your opponent's card into face down defense position, which can save you sometimes from being attacked. And when Canadia is in your graveyard and another trap card is activated, you can chain the Canadia to it and resummon it from the graveyard as actually some kind of monster. But its effect is different because it says if summoned this way, this card is unaffected by monster effects, also banishes when leaves the field. So, attack of Canadia is not so high. I think it's 1,200. Where is it written? Should be written here, right? But it's not. Nope. Then Mirror Wall, helpful. So when your opponent attacks, its attacks becomes half of it when you activate the Mirror Wall. And if in the first turn it costs you nothing, but in the second turn, if you want the Mirror Wall to stay on the field, you have to pay 2,000 life points. Most people don't do it, some people do it. Welcome Eddie the Guy, hi. And last but not least, Xinjiang Hu. Some people prefer Cyclone or Galaxy Cyclone, but I just squeezed in a Xinjiang Hu because it can nail down 2 set spell or trap cards on the field. Doesn't have to be all of your opponents. You could also, thank you for the follow, you could also pin down one of your own cards if you know it's like a dead card. For example, if you have Cyclone and you know you cannot activate it because you don't have enough life points left anymore, you can pin your own Cyclone in the background down and the one of your opponents on the other side. It's also working. Hi Mr. Myth, how are you? Yeah. I think that's a basically explanation of the Balanced Heroes deck. If you have any other questions, post it below the video, and I will try to answer it as good as possible. I think we had also a lot of gameplays with Destiny Heroes, maybe the version with the Kuriboh. Now you see just the version without the Kuriboh. You have to test it out for yourself which works for you, because one day the Kuriboh version worked very well for me and the other day Kuriboh just betrayed me the whole time and helped me to brick. Schön dich zu sehen. Auch schön dich zu sehen, Mr. Mate. Wie geht's? Alright, yeah. And now enjoy enjoy some of the gameplays with Destiny Heroes which carried me to Legend 3.